What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing? It's going to be a good one today. Hollywood is going to get straight with you, or as Danny D'Lo would say, 100. And I think the reason why I'm doing this is because of the story that I'm about to show. A woman comes out from the Patriot Guard Riders and tries to speak for everyone. Not a good thing with Hollywood, okay? Not a good thing here. First, I have to make a correction to the story as far as this incident between the Thug Riders and the Outcasts. The Outcasts did not lose anybody. The ones that we featured on the video or segment yesterday was from the Thug Riders. So we want to make sure we put that correction out so there's no confusion over that. Now, what am I talking about here? What am I talking about when it comes to this woman? And you're going to see the video of her talking. I'm sorry to say, and I'm going to upset some women here. Why are you even speaking? Seriously, why are you even speaking? A lot of things have really changed in this scene. And one of those things is a woman who wants to put her input in when it really doesn't matter to anybody. And how did it get this way? Well, it got this way because, weak men, they wouldn't put their women in check. And next thing you know, they're out there running their mouth about something that they shouldn't be running their mouth about. Straight up, 100%, nobody cares what you have to say. I'm sorry to be that way, but she came off as condescending in this article. She did. She just came out pure condescending. And also coming up, we're going to be learning, I guess the charges in that Oklahoma shootout thing have been changed now. Instead of murder, it's going down to 2 counts of manslaughter. Seems like there's a lot of movement in that case as well. But first, sad state of affairs, man. Sad state of affairs. May is Motorcycle Awareness Month. Personally, I think that drivers and driver ed should spend a lot of time about what to look for as far as motorcycles are concerned. But even worse, this was a firefighter who was working on his bike, taking it out at nighttime, probably checking out the repairs that he did. And he was rear-ended by a drunk driver. Oh, drunk drivers, worthless people, worthless people. So anyway, it ends up that he had a spinal cord injury and he might not be able to walk again. Let's take a look. Sad state of affairs.
And the next story we're bringing you is a reminder of why it is so important to drive responsibly.
A Cleveland firefighter is now fighting for his life at Metro Health. Police say he was hit while riding his motorcycle by an alleged drunk driver.
Now, News 5's Jesse Schultz spoke to his mother about how her son is doing and her message for everyone on the roads.
Claudette Cole calls her son, 44-year-old Gotti Cole, a hero.
You call him, he's coming, and he's always there to rescue. He's always there to take care.
And he is, personally, as the hands-on dad to a 12-year-old daughter, and professionally as a 23-year veteran of the Cleveland Fire Department.
He worked really hard to be a captain.
And a part-time firefighter in the village of Oakwood.
Nothing stops him, and I mean nothing stops this kid.
But Friday evening, Gotti was the one who needed rescuing.
911, what is the address to emergency?
A truck hit my motorcycle. You need an ambulance. The man is not moving.
That day, he had been working on his bike, fixing it up for the summer.
It was unusual for him to be out on the motorcycle, especially at night.
Around 11 p.m. on his way home, Gotti's motorcycle was hit from behind near Forbes Road and 271. Claudette says she got the news from his fellow firefighters who were on the scene.
I said, Miss Cole, Gotti's been in an accident and we're taking him to Metro.
He suffered a brain bleed and a spinal cord injury.
First thing I did was touch his feet. I said, can you feel me touching your feet? He said, no. And then I just had a sinking feeling.
She says
might not walk again. Here, the guy for the last 20-something odd years was out there helping everybody else. And then a moron feels like he don't have to give somebody their keys, gets in the car after being drunk and rear ends him. Wow. And then you have to ask yourself, what kind of charges are they going to face? Because most of the time, it's a slap on the hand. Sad state of affairs, if you ask me. I hope and pray that he'll be able to walk again, but them spinal injuries are... Wow. Wow. Guy helping everybody all his life, and this is what happens to him. Talking about not fair right there. Talking about not fair. Second half of the show, by the way, we're going to be discussing with China Doll coming up about how sex is not free. No matter what, it's not free, not even from your own wife or your girlfriend. We're going to go into this second part right here with this woman who's got Hollywood all upset, and also about the charges that are now being faced out of this Oklahoma thing.
FBI and law enforcement agencies up and down the East Coast are on high alert with Bike Week happening right now in Myrtle Beach. Another one happening at the end of the month at South Atlantic Beach in South Carolina.
As Hallie Turner reports, the sheriff says the threat of retaliation is real.
The groups may be mobilizing to come to Augusta. We started coordinating with other law enforcement agencies.
And that threat isn't just here. It's all along the coast as Bike Weeks rev up.
We are up staffing more than normal by a slight increase based upon last year's numbers of Bike Week participants, arrest stats, and calls for service.
But underneath the ink, dark leather, long beards, and loud bikes. One member says not all bikers are on the same mission.
I don't want everybody thinking that every motorcycle that they see going through Kroger parking lot is in part of a gang, because that's just not the way it goes.
Aiming to give back to a community, not create harm.
The biker community in general is phenomenal. They're giving back. They're doing everything that they can.
Sharon Taylor has been a part of the Patriot Guard Riders since 2011.
First ride with them was what they consider a happy mission, and we were actually bringing soldiers home. From the airport, we went to the airport, we rolled out a red carpet.
But when bad apples leave 150 shell casings in their wake, she says the stigma shifts.
It's a strong line when we say a motorcycle club for people not to think a motorcycle gang.
She's just hoping the shootout doesn't overshadow the good so many bikers are trying to accomplish here at home. In Augusta, Hallie Turner on your...
Suspects in a deadly shooting at a Metro bar. 3 people were killed during the shootout between biker gangs at the Whiskey Barrel Saloon back in April. Tyler Myers was arrested for first-degree murder, but now faces 2 charges of first-degree manslaughter, gang-related offenses as well, and possession of a firearm where liquor is served.
Oh, there we go. Just missed the beat there. Anyway, there is the story as far as the charges on the one guy down in Oklahoma. But see how condescending that was? And yes, I've always said that women have their place within the scene, but it's still a man's scene. I don't care what company tries to push on you that, hey, man, this is all about us. We're all inclusive. This is a man's world. So don't talk on something when you're a female. You know what? It's wonder why all this MC stuff got heated in the past few decades, and most of the time you'd track it back to a woman's mouth. It's like you have to sit there and you wonder why some of these so-called men sit there and let them get stupid. Now, you know, it looks like she's speaking on behalf of the Patriot Riders, and I'm sure the Patriot Riders don't want her speaking on their behalf. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. And this, they are with what this ambush, and that's what I call it. The cops are all over this now. FBI, everybody is all over this because now they consider it a mass shooting. And as you can see, they're talking about targeting rallies, up in the security and all that stuff. But You got to think about that stuff. You got to, but what you need to think about is shutting your women up sometimes. Anyway, we're going to go to the second half of the show with China Doll. Again, as I said, is sex really free? It's going to be very interesting. You can also listen to it over on motorcyclemadhouse.com live right there on the radio. We'll be right back. Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong. The Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show now streaming over on Rumble and YouTube Monday through Friday at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in Mondays live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube for the Madhouse Monday Night Raw with Hollywood and Marco. Grab a beer or some wacky tobacco and sit back and bust a gut. Subscribe to China Doll's Viper Pit to get your dose of the world according to China Doll. Real and honest opinions on what's happening in the world today. Join the Queen Viper and take a walk on the wild side of life on China Doll Viper Pit on